Hey, hello all. Today a very small episode. Very small. It's 1 in 72 scale MASH from Bell. Bit of the predecessors in helicopter time. Open frame makes it really unique, and also a rescue setup on the sides. Comes with a little manual and everything. So from Atlas, I'm quite curious. Yeah, it's a model that I haven't seen yet. I always wanted one of these. Most of them are 1/48 scale, for instance, like Corgi. But I really wanted one on 1 in 72 scale for my helicopter collection. But let's open it up. Let's see what's inside. So next a Bell Sioux, the MASH. So it's a first aid helicopter, let's say, or at least injury transport mainly. So very light framed helicopter, really cool. Atlas doesn't put many details on it. They use the repackaging also often. It's a general packaging. Only thing that they always change is their insert. So I always throw away the backs, but what I usually do is I write on the side here which helicopter was in there, so I don't forget when I ever want to replace something. Now, the blades already are running off on me. They were loose into the box, so that's really nice. So that's a complete axle setup, so that's really cool. But the same goes for the rear. Let me see if I can get everything out in one piece. It's really light. I think there's a lot of plastic on this model. So it might not be a real diecast model, but still really nice that they also have a manual with it. So let's have a look at the manual quickly. Yeah, okay. I hope that there is no rocket science to it, but this is straightforward stuff. But it's nice that there is actually a little manual in the packaging. Not like they leave you to your fate and good luck, have a nice day. So as I mentioned, I always write on the box. The stands are sometimes quite tricky. Some of them are really good and some of them are really bad. So as I mentioned, this one is one of those examples that is really bad. It pops out way too easy. So what I usually do, and it's not the real ideal situation, but I put second glue in them because I really don't trust these stand types. So a little bit of glue on the rods and on the edges. Mainly just to keep it in one place, because these things pop off and your plane falls down into the ground. You'll be more sad than selling the stand as a complete unit. So I keep these two together, of course, for a few seconds. It always helps me a lot, at least. So then I at least know that this part will not come loose. You can also drop some glue in there when the socket is in, but my recommendation for these type of stands, although they come with a little bit of text, but with Atlas stands, always be very careful. That style of insert as a general. So let's put the parts on the plane as the instruction told us. Now I'm gonna have to be very gentle with this part because I already noticed it's only hanging off a little piece here and a little piece there. Be very careful. It's mainly a lot of plastic. There is some metal in there, I think, because it feels quite heavy. But in general, always be very careful. So it's the main bottom fuselage of the canopy that's a bit metal. But I have to say the details are really good. The little gas tanks, of course. The little engine that's very small for these types. And also even the beds are on there. So I have to say, again, a really cool little model for the prices that you have to pay for these units. Now the props and all that stuff are quite loose on there. I hope my glue has dried out in the meanwhile. If not, we'll see. But imagine also these stands parts, they're usually not on this helicopter. But again, a nice short little review of a priceful helicopter that's price versus quality really well. And there you have it, folks, the finished, complete finished version. So again, a nice little model. It's something that not many brands make. There is one from Corgi in similar style, but then 1 on 48 scale, so a lot bigger. And I have to say, for the price that you pay for these little guys, this one is from a museum. It was a bit overpriced, to be honest. It was £15, but that was mainly to sponsor that museum that I was visiting. So for me, it's a bit of a win-win situation. I can sponsor someone and I can buy a little cool model without not having anything for my money. So that's a bit more fun, let's say. And it's a cool memory of that museum with my wife as a trip. So please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. It's always very welcomed, and hope to see you on the next video.